Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we'll be focusing on doing some poses that will be more aimed at getting some nice deep side body stretches just to help stretch and relax these side muscles. To begin, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we will be focusing on poses that are specifically targeted at stretching out the side muscles of your body. To begin, I want you to meet me in a cross-legged position, keeping either your left or right leg on top, whichever is most comfortable, placing your hands on your knees, closing your eyes, and taking a few breaths as we settle in and center ourselves into our practice. While keeping your eyes closed, we're going to bring our chin to our chest and slowly rolling our left ear over to our right shoulder as we inhale. And then as we exhale, rolling our head back down, bringing our right ear to our right shoulder. Repeating a few more times at your own pace. Inhale to roll over, and exhale to roll to the other side. Going through one last full breath. And on your exhale, rolling your head back, letting it hang back behind, and doing the same thing. Inhale to bring your ear to your shoulder, and exhale, rolling it back, bringing your right ear to the right shoulder. And back and forth at your own pace. And after your last exhale, meeting it back with your head at neutral. From here, you can either keep your eyes open or keep them closed as we do a variation of cat-cow. Take an inhale, rolling our shoulders back, opening our chest, letting our head hang back. And then as we exhale, bringing our chin to our chest, doming our back forward, pushing our shoulders. Going back for an inhale, head back, chest open, and exhale, chin to chest, back doming. Going to two more at your own pace. Inhale, and exhale. And last one. Before finally coming back to neutral. Opening your eyes if they weren't. We're then going to do a side twist by placing our left hand on our right knee and placing our right hand right behind our back. Twisting our bodies, maybe even looking over your right shoulder if it feels comfortable. Making sure to push your right shoulder back, left shoulder forward as we hold for 2 full breaths. Slowly releasing and moving on to the other side. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind, looking over your left shoulder, pulling your left shoulder back, and hold for 2 full breaths. On your last exhale, you can release your hands, bring your body back to neutral, and then we can meet in a downward facing dog. Hands on the mat, feet back, keeping your legs slight bend and back straight, as we maybe just walk our dog out a little bit, just to get some nice stretches in our hamstrings. When you're ready, you can take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to push forward into a plank position, placing our right knee back onto the mat, extending our right foot out, lifting our left hand up for an assisted side plank as we hold for breath. And as we exhale, we're going to push our whole upper body up to a T shape before finally bringing our left hand to our left leg, throwing our right hand over our heads for gates pose. Holding for 2 full breaths. Before finally bringing our hands back up, placing our right hand now at the right corner of the mat, left foot down, bringing your right foot over next to your left foot with a slight gap, throwing your hand over for wild thing. Holding for another 2 full breaths. When you're ready, placing your left hand back down onto the mat, other hand back into a plank, and moving on to the other side. Placing your left leg down, kickstanding your left foot out. Bring your right foot over, right hand above your head for assisted side plank. Hold for breath. Bringing your hand up and placing your right hand on your right leg, left hand over your head. Holding for 2 full breaths, feeling a nice stretch in your left rib cage. Before coming back up into a T shape, placing your hand back onto the mat, right foot down, left foot down, and throwing our hands back, hips pushed up for wild thing. Finally, placing both hands back on the mat, pushing back into a plank, and then back into a downward facing dog. From here, we're going to kick our right leg up, inhale, for 3-legged dog, exhaling, bringing our foot between our hands. Once we've got our balance, then push up into a high crescent lunge, holding for breath, before placing our right forearm onto our right knee, placing our heel back on the mat, throwing our hands over for extended side angle, holding for breath, before placing our left hand onto the mat, right hand up for an easy twist. Holding for 2 full breaths. On the last exhale, placing hands to mat, taking your right leg back into plank, and then pushing back into downward facing dog. Moving on to the left side, left leg up for 3-legged dog as we inhale. Exhale, bringing our left foot in between our hands, pushing up, wide crescent lunge, holding for breath, before placing our left forearm on our left knee, and throwing our hand over our head for extended side angle, holding for breath, before finally placing our right hand down and left hand up for easy twist. As we exhale, Placing hands to the mat and pushing back into a plank. Keeping to the plank, we're going to slowly walk our feet forward. So finally we're at a forward fold, letting our head and upper body hang loose. Maybe even grabbing your opposite elbows for a little bit of a ragdoll. As we just sway our bodies from side to side, as we feel our upper back release some tension. When you're ready, release your hands, let them hang. Placing your hands on your shins, you can lift your upper body up for a halfway lift. Bring a nice straight back. Holding for a breath before releasing. From here, you can either keep your feet slightly apart or you can bring them closer together as we then slowly throw our hands up, lowering our bums, keeping our knees within line for chair pose. Holding for one full breath before bringing our hands together to heart center, twisting our bodies to the right, bringing your right elbow to your left knee or a twisted chair. You can either hold this position or you can maybe even open up, lifting your left arm and bring your right hand down to the mat. Holding for breath. Before bringing your hands back, bring back to center and release back into forward fold. Getting ready to move on to the other side. Swing arms up, bring your bum down, maybe even lower it a little bit more than you did the first time. Hands together to heart center, holding for breath. Or twisting to your right, left elbow to right knee, and open up if you did on the other side. Finally, bring your hands back together, come back to center, and forward fold. Now, slowly sitting back down, you can lie on your backs on your mat. Keeping your hands nice and relaxed to the side, you're going to move your hips to the right side of the mat, letting your feet and your hands move to the left for a bit of a banana pose, being a nice stretch in your right ribs. Just going to hold this pose for a few breaths as we begin to settle down. Your last exhale, move to the other side. Bring your hips to the left side of the mat, feet and hands to the right as we stretch the left. Fine, coming back to center again. Keeping our left leg straight and grounded, we're going to bring our right knee up, holding it and maybe trying to hug it as close as you can. Maybe even drawing some circles with your knee in the one direction. Bending over to the other. Before finally releasing your right hand, either laying it out straight or cactusing it to the side, whichever is most comfortable. Before finally letting your left hand pull your right leg over for supine twist. Bringing it as far as you can without lifting your right shoulder. Even if it's not on the mat, you can just let it hover, but making sure to focus on keeping your right shoulder grounded. And if you can, turn your head to the right and look at your hand. On your last exhale, turn your head back to look up, knee back to center, giving it one last hug Before releasing, moving on to the other side. Right leg straight, left knee bent, grabbing it and giving it a nice tight squeeze, or drawing some circles with your knee, going in one direction, or changing to the other. Finally, releasing your left hand, either to straight or cactusing to the side, and then having your right hand pull your left knee over, making sure to keep your left shoulder as grounded as possible, and turning your head to the left. On your last exhale, turn your head back up, bring your knee back to center, give it one last squeeze before finally releasing it. Bring your legs back together, hands down on the mat as we prepare for Shavasana. Making sure our whole body feels nice and relaxed. Letting your feet hang loose, arms facing up or down, whichever is most comfortable. As we just focus on our breath, feeling the air fill our lungs, and then slowly escaping through our mouth. Slowly bringing our focus back to our bodies. We focus on our breath, breathing in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Feeling our chest expand every inhale and contract with every exhale. Want to bring some free movement back in your body, twisting your feet and your hands, maybe even rolling your head from side to side. Maybe finally bringing your hands up above your head, clasping them as we do a nice full body stretch like we're just waking up in the mornings. Before finally, while keeping our eyes still closed, pushing up very slowly. Take your time to a comfortable seated position, legs crossed or on our knees. As we take 2 full breaths. And your last breath, as you inhale, bring your hands up above your head, palms together. And as we exhale, bring your hands down to heart center as we close our practice. I just want to say, I really hope you enjoyed this class, and I hope to see you guys again in the next one. Have a great day.